remember
I
that.
saw
time.
TJ. I saw TJ avert his eyes this time.
Yeah, I remembered it was coming this time.
And now for some highbrow intellectual content, guys.
Sweet.
Because that's what you expect here.
I love highbrow intellectual content.
Yep.
That's my favorite kind of content.
We're more intellectual than Maury Povich, Jerry Springer, and divorce court, paternity court.
Combined!
Anything on
TJ,
daytime
you
TV.
are not the father. We are slightly more highbrow than Judge Judy, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Sweet.
All right. Here's a video with a guy criticizing TJ. I don't know if he's really crazy.
Awesome.
So it's kind of weird to play the that intro before him, but TJ wanted to address this video. We just didn't get to it in the last show.
Crazy.
All right, here it is.
Birth petition, U.S. law allow for users to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit purchase.
This is a criticism.
Well, I
of the
hope you
video.
guys are ready to swallow up yet another
Do you want me to
heaping
skip
bowl
this?
of bullshit.
Well, I mean, I guess it's
from
important
the
in the
offended
context.
All right, go
squad, the squad of people who travel around
About
the
to get
internet
shredded, TJ.
finding
Come on,
things
TJ,
to be
get through it.
offended by.
Get through that
This
shit,
is,
man.
of course, from BuzzFeed, one of the toilets of the internet where this SJW bullshit goes
So
to
insipid,
congeal
TJ.
into a nasty paste-like substance that scares all but the bravest people away. The title of this article, or this comic, What Cis People Say to Trans People versus What We Hear. So we're going to listen to some transgender whiners. I like transgender
Man,
people.
long fucking section of my video you
I've
got
known
in there.
many.
Might have to hit you with a fair use.
None of
fucking,
the trans people
I don't
I've
think this
ever met
qualifies as fair
would
use, is what I'm
get
saying.
behind this comic, and in fact probably view it as detrimental towards their acceptance.
And I
Yeah, okay,
personally
there we
have
go.
countless black and gay friends, which of course means that A, I cannot be racist or homophobic,
Yep.
and B, I can speak for all of them, for I am a mind reader.
Yeah.
Gays don't really want equal marriage, and people of colour don't really think that police brutality is an issue. For I, a white heterosexual minister, am going to tell you what these marginalised groups really want: Jesus. Putting satire aside,
Okay, so that point is stupid. Because I never claimed to fucking be like, I speak for all transgender people now. I'm just saying,
I think you
I
do.
speak for the ones that are my friends.
No, you
I do
don't.
think it bears mentioning too that he called you heterosexual, right?
That is, yeah. Well, I mean, I think it was the fictional pastor in his example that's, referencing back to me or whatever. But whatever, maybe they did. I don't know. I'm bisexual at any rate. But yeah, that's a stupid comparison.
I mean, seriously, whenever I hear someone going, whoa there now, I have friends that are X, as their opening disclaimer, all the little red flags start going up. I know I eviscerated your deliberate cropping of statistics when it came to the wage gap, which, by the way, you never told your viewers you lied about.
I didn't lie about
I
it.
didn't lie about it.
There's plenty of big economists on my side as well. So, yeah.
Appeal to authority, TJ.
Well, I mean, it's just true. And I never saw that video, so whatever. I have seen other people
Oh, he
attempt to
destroyed you.
refute the wage gap thing, but they all failed because the wage gap is bullshit.
And you lied, TJ. You lied to your fans because he destroyed you, and you're just too timid to admit it.
I'm scared. I should just come clean. Guys, I'm sorry. The wage gap is real. Some whiny bitches on the internet
Yeah.
convinced me.
Oh, just go
But
ahead.
this is a
No, Scotty, you go ahead.
I'll go ahead. The wage gap, okay. The way the wage gap is presented is fucking fundamentally flawed. We all know that. It's always been, oh well, no, it's not, because if you do these calculations this way, it comes out this way. It's like, yeah, but this doesn't take into account any other variables besides looking at total man's total income versus a woman's total income.
It's just average. Take the income of men, average it out. Average income of men is this. Average income of women is this.
There you go.
There's a discrepancy.
Yeah. That's
Therefore,
what I'm
there's a
saying.
problem. It's like, it doesn't look at any of their lifestyle choices. It doesn't look at how women, different choices women make as opposed to men. So, I mean, like, how can you say that it's accurate when it doesn't account for any other variables? It's just a very, like, basic thing, like, this and this, so that. I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
New low, even for you. To be using word for word the very same arguments put forward by racist and homophobic ministers in the US, it's not a good sign. I half expect you to say, I love trans people, but God just wants them to stop existing.
So basically, straw
I half
man.
expect you to break out with this total straw man that's nothing like your actual position. It's like, neat.
And he's also
I'm
trying
not
to
gonna.
he's also trying to equate you with admitted bigots. Like
Okay.
you really are a bigot, TJ.
You know, honestly, the reason I even put that addendum in the video in the first place when I said trans whiners is because I was actually trying to give, like, some deference to people like you who might be offended by saying, I don't have a problem with trans people. I'm actually just have a problem with trans people who are whiners because I have a problem with whiners. And in this case, the whiners happen to be trans people. That's why I'm against them. I was trying to clarify that, but you're obviously too fucking stupid to get that, so...
But for some reason, you know, these fucking cunt bags on BuzzFeed and other, you know, social
speed me
media
up.
platforms like Tumblr and Twitter, you know, they propagate this bullshit like, oh, you got to be careful of every single thing you say to a trans person. You know, don't you guys see how that just puts everyone on edge? Don't you see how, you know, you're just giving everyone a giant stumbling block? I mean, look, the unreasonableness of the standards I'm about to show you is just fucking mind-blowing.
Of course, because you are a shining example of what reason is, and in no way harm the secular movement with practically every single video you produce. So why don't we just all bow down to you, O wise overlord of Tenets?
That sounds
No,
good
no,
to me.
no. Clearly, this guy with his like wide-eyed acceptance of anything SJW and complete dismissal of any contrary opinion, he's clearly the paragon of reason. TJ,
the arbiter of
bow
reason.
before the paragon of reason and his mole. His chin mole speaks to you, TJ, as a paragon.
Oh, is that a
Flowing
chin mole?
hair.
I thought that was a piercing of some kind.
Oh, maybe it is.
I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell with this low-resolution camera. Not that I would encourage this person to get a higher resolution camera.
If you truly cannot tell, I am being facetious, as it's the only way I can
No.
actually...
Oh!
If you cannot tell, TJ.
I could tell you're being facetious. Can you tell that you're being condescending? Just wondering.
make it through one of your videos.
Okay.
I expect this kind of level from theists,
Mhm.
but not from members of the secular community.
Right.
There, I expect better.
Let's just, hold on. Let's check this video real quick. See if I stand alone in my opinions.
Did you ever?
I guess-
Did you ever officially join any secular community? Because the more I hear,
No, I
from
never
the
did.
quote-unquote-
I've never
Yeah,
done
yeah.
that.
So can you disassociate TJ and by proxy all of us from any secular community that you might be a member of? Because I never signed any paper. I never signed up for any fucking email alerts. Okay, I don't
yeah,
want to be
I-
part of your
It was
secular
mailed to you,
community.
Paul. Oh, a
I
packet
ain't
was
even
mailed
into
to
this
you. You
group
joined.
shit to begin with.
You're part of the... Dude, I've heard that so many times about you. TJ is an atheist, and I'm an atheist, but he gives atheist a bad name.
Maybe you give
TJ
atheists a bad name, bitch.
TJ's not into this group shit, which is why he tried to start Atheist Scum United back in 2006.
Well, I was going to be the head of that group. That's very different.
Oh, yeah.
So this video that is a fucking like pimple on the ass of the secular community, just a total eyesore, makes secularists look terrible. It has over 13,000 thumbs up and only about 500 thumbs down, a little less than 500 thumbs down. So
One of the 500.
where
right,
is
TJ?
where is this round rejection from the secularists? Like, holy shit, this guy is scum. This video is wrong on all levels and in all fronts.
All right, so the premise of the comic is that there's this device called the Translator 3000. translates cyst sexist BS.
Yes, and I did say cyst there.
Amazing technology. All right. So, here is the translator at work. Here's the first panel of this piece of shit comic. Two dudes at a bar. One is trans. The one on the right is trans. Oh, you're trans, but you look so good. Translation: trans people are ugly. Yeah, much in the same way that if you go up to someone and, compliment their pants, you obviously must be insulting their shirt. I mean, come on. Someone walks up to you and says, "Oh, you look good."
You're kind of a nice guy. Translation: you're a worthless cunt. Like, where do they even get this shit? Like, by what metric are you translating this shit? Your own easily offended, fucking, easily butthurt, overdeveloped SJW conscience? Like, I don't get it. Like, what? Oh, you're trans, but you look good. You look really good. Man, wow, you look good. Wow. Isn't that a compliment?
No, not anymore.
They need like an SJW language translator. You put in a totally innocuous statement, and then something like shit like this is put out. Like, I enjoy hanging out with my black friends. Translation: I hate all black people. Kill niggers. It's like, what?
It is kind of a goal of trans people to pass, right, as the gender that they feel that they are.
Right.
This guy is saying, "Hey man, I had no idea. Wow, you look like a dude. Congrats." You know what I mean? Like, isn't that cool? That's not cool. That's not cool.
That's not cool enough, Paul. As we'll
Your
soon
response is,
learn.
"Oh, he thinks trans people are ugly." He just said you look good, you stupid fuck. You're
ugly.
trans. You look good. The person just told
It's
you
not
you
what he
fucking
really
look
said.
good. And your response is, he's saying trans people are ugly. He just said you look good. You stupid, stupid fuck. You can't even get paid a fucking compliment without turning it into an insult. Jesus.
All right. Jump in
The
here.
fact that this either confuses you or you understand perfectly what the issue is but resort to a straw man is comical.
Okay, well, what's the straw man? Explain, because I legitimately
Yeah,
don't.
what is
I don't
it?
get it. Explain it to me. Lay it on out.
The issue is not someone saying you look good. It's the added backhand, the unnecessary but. There are such...
People come up to me. Every fucking hangout we've had, I've heard this fucking not exact, but I've heard this. People come to me and say, "Damn, TJ, you're not as fat as I thought you would be."
Yes.
I mean, yeah, is there like a backhanded sort of... I choose to take it as a fucking compliment. You know why? Because I'm not a butthurt little faggot bitch piece of fucking trash.
Even though it is weird, it is a compliment.
It is a fucking compliment. All right? I mean, you could...
Not necessary.
If you want to, you can nitpick the language and be like, well, why is this butt there? As if you expect trans people to look ugly. No. Actually, the fucking second panel of the fucking comic contradicts the first panel. They're totally incongruous fucking statements. Because in one panel, a person is saying a trans person looks good, and the translation for that is that trans people are ugly. Don't you see how that makes no fucking sense whatsoever?
Oh, shit, I can't believe I went that route.
Another thing about this, it's a really lazy comic. It's really just the same image with different text.
Yeah, like the only thing they
It's a
change
really lazy
is like the
comic.
facial expression. They make the second panel like color I don't know. They change the color and they
Things
fucking
as
change the expression on the trans people's faces, basically.
Ultra
I mean,
lazy.
Never mind the fact that this guy is arguing against something that somebody wrote that some hypothetical guy said. He doesn't even have an actual example of somebody saying the unnecessary but. There's just a comic that somebody that's clearly agreeing with this gentleman made. So it's an echo chamber. It's a crazy fucking echo chamber where, like, you make the statement that other people are supposedly make, and then you argue against the statement that you made.
It's fucked.
It makes no sense, of course.
It's like comment inception. I mean, it's always weird when I play a video that I'm where someone's replying to me because then I have to listen to myself and then them and then I have to. It's like after a while it becomes this weird Inception-y thing that's actually kind of hard to follow. But I don't think it's at that point yet. But yeah,
backhanded compliments. Oh,
Yeah.
you're an atheist, but you seem so happy and not at all aggressive.
you know what I would say to that? I'd be like, yeah, that's how a lot of atheists are. I'm glad I could, dispel that misconception for you. I wouldn't just be like, oh, so you don't like atheists, huh? That at that point, they would actually realize, oh, my prior conception of atheists was correct.
No, outrage is the appropriate response, TJ.
If someone
Be like, you could do the same thing for trans people. Be like, yeah, a lot of trans people pass really well. I happen to be lucky enough to be one of them. I've got a great set of tits and a very convincing he pussy. So, thank you. I appreciate it.
Show her tits off.
There you go.
Or, oh, you're black, but you seem like such a law-abiding citizen. Why not just
That's not
drop
the same
the
thing.
bullshit
Yeah,
and say,
that's totally like you different realm
Yeah,
entirely.
no one's going to say that to somebody.
You seem like such a law-abiding citizen.
You seem like such a law-abiding citizen.
What?
Yeah, it seems like you got some cotton-picking hands there, boy. Come on.
Telling a trans person they look good is tantamount to telling a black person that you're surprised their trunk isn't filled with other people's car stereos.
Yep, it's all the same.
you look nice? Why do you need to assert via the usage of but that whichever demographic said person comes from is typically undesirable?
This has
Literally,
been asserted by
say-
people that agree with you. This is some fictional construct that you're now sitting here and saying, oh, but why would they do that? No one actually did this. And maybe someone has done this, but you were arguing about a fucking hypothetical, a comic. Something
I
that's
feel
created.
like, first of all, sometimes people just word shit poorly because not everyone is a fucking wordsmith, all right? Second of all, even if they did have this misconception that trans people are all ugly or something, didn't you just dispel it? When they said, yeah, you look good, doesn't that change that worldview? Isn't that like an experience in their mind that doesn't that broaden their horizons a little bit? Isn't it easier just to take it as a compliment rather than giving them shit and acting like they're the worst person in the world because they just happen to be ignorant until that point? I mean,
yes.
Fuck
Well, no.
you. Fuck you.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be one thing if they'd be like, oh, you're trans, well, you're fucking disgusting, or something like that. But they were actually acknowledging that the stereotypes that they believed about trans people were wrong.
Yeah, isn't that a good
Too
thing?
logical.
I think it's a good
No.
thing. I don't know.
No, you offended them. That's all that matters.
This is very sophomoric of us. This is very juvenile. We're straw manning right now, guys.
We're strong.
This is bullshit. Can't believe the shit we're talking here.
Less is better. Using less effort is the way to go. You are the one complaining about the fact that a backhanded comment, which takes more effort, does not go unchallenged. Why?
Takes more
So again,
effort.
this is either a deliberate straw man of the original position,
You're
or
a
you
moron.
really needed to think
You
more
are a
before
No, that's
opening your
wrong.
mouth.
That's basically a false
You're-
dilemma.
Why are you so against
You're
false
thinking?
dichotomy.
Just be
It's this or it's
considerate
that.
with
That's
what you
not
say
true.
and learn from the mistakes you make or the mistakes of others.
Shut up.
This comic isn't intended to have you burnt at the stake. Just educate those who don't realize what they are saying.
Shut up.
This,
Let's put it in
this
another scenario.
this parenting thing, dude. This parenting thing, where now the angle that people are taking is that they need to educate you, as if you're not a 30-something-year-old man who's lived on this planet with a reasonable fucking mind for politics and social issues. Like this, Paul, when you say this, what you really should say next time is this. I hate that. That shit gets right under my fucking skin, dude.
It's funny
real bad.
It's funny you mention that, Paul, because in about an hour and 15 minutes, TJ will become 31 years old.
Yep.
Yes.
Send me money.
Happy birthday. It's already your birthday, in other time zones right now, TJ.
People are watching this in time zones where it is my birthday.
Yes.
That's pretty
Absolutely.
I
sick.
haven't given you any presents, TJ.
Yeah. Scotty got me a pretty badass present. It was like this Joker statue or whatever.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it looks real good.
Oh,
Detail
and
is amazing.
to anyone who's in Cleveland, since you, just in case you missed it the last time, 10 p.m. House of Blues. Bring TJ presents. Bring him cake.
And there will be.
Oh my God! Please don't do that.
I have some Dino shirts.
No
I'm gonna be
cake?
giving away.
There's no way I can carry around presents. I mean, I'm gonna. If you want to send me a present, give me a gift
I'll tell you
card
what.
or something.
You know what? We can get them to the fucking hotel. We'll figure it out.
All right. I guess Ben thinks it'll be okay to bring the presents. So if you want to bring presents, I guess.
And Dino shirts.
Don't bring me a fucking banana. If you bring me a banana, I will shove it up your ass. All right. Just letting you know.
Thankfully, not mine.
So if you want, if you bring me a banana, I'm going to assume that you want it up your own ass. Just going to let you guys know.
Bring bananas.
And that is because I've said this here. It's
Throw a fucking banana at TJ's head.
Consent is now implied if you bring that. This video is garbage, but I guess we can watch at least one more of his refutations of my
job
terrible points.
application at a modeling agency.
Yeah,
A black
Can we
person,
skip to
a
the
gay
next one?
person, and a
We've already
trans
defeated
individual
this.
each apply. During their interview, the interviewee asked the black man, "You have no criminal record, but you're black."
Want me to do
The
it?
gay person, "You are in a monogamous relationship,
So,
but
now
you're
creating
gay."
another hypothetical that didn't really happen.
To prove your previous.
Yeah, to prove your previous point is correct.
All right, so here's the refutation of another one.
I assume I can identify any trans person.
Okay, we see the comics. I've never met a trans person before. The translation is I assume I can identify any trans person. Here's my refutation of that in that video.
Yeah, that's what the fuck he meant. That's what he meant. When he said, I've never met a trans person, he was saying, I assume I can identify any trans person. Yeah, or let me just, is it possible that maybe he just meant that he'd never met someone who was openly trans before? I mean, or maybe it just never occurred to him that other people he'd met might be trans? I mean, Jesus. Like, if you're cisgender, just do all the trans people who get behind this sort of bullshit, just do them a favor and just sew your fucking mouth shut. Because there's literally nothing you can say that they won't take offense to.
And here's the really funny part. This point does not originate in the trans community. It originates in the gay and bisexual community. But I've never seen you discuss it in their talk about it. Why not? Why just target the trans community?
Because I was reviewing a comic that was about trans people. I never had an occasion to discuss it about the gay community.
Yes, the individual may not have realized what they are saying, but that doesn't make it any less accurate. Hence,
They
we are
don't even know.
discussing it.
This motherfucker claims to know what people are saying better than they do.
Yeah, I love that. We know what you meant more than
Unconscious
you
bias.
know what
Oh,
you meant, you
They
fucking
see the
piece of
bias.
shit.
They see the bias. Come on, guys.
It's that fucking
no.
parenting
You know what,
mind
guys?
readers.
dude.
You know what,
It's
guys?
that
I think
fucking,
what,
I'm older and wiser than you, and here's how you should be talking.
You know what, Paul, though? You know what I think he's really saying here is that, killing people should be legal. That's the message I'm getting. I pulled out my idiot translator 9000, and it that whole section was basically just his cry that we should all be murdering in the streets.
I'm glad that you brought that up because I don't even think he knows that that's what he's saying. But
Yeah,
I'm
it's
glad
how.
you know to tell him.
Did you guys hear
what
it?
he's actually saying?
You heard it, right?
Yeah. Now that you mention it,
Once it was
I can tell.
translated, I figured it out. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
translated, Scotty.
Oh.
Is that more anti-trans?
maybe you need to
propaganda?
cislate that, Scotty.
Yeah. Okay. I'll cislate it. Sorry. Sorry for those I offended in the audience. I apologize.
Pieces of shit.
If they said, "You are the first openly trans person I have ever met," there would be no issue.
Oh my, yeah, so everybody make sure your language is always 100% precise.
Make sure you
because
pad and qualify every fucking statement you make to somebody.
Apparently, people are just incapable of detecting nuance or inferring things using their fucking minds. Because apparently our planet is now populated by stupid fucking dipshits like this numbnuts motherfucker who doesn't know what the fuck he's goddamn talking about. Suck a fucking 1,000 pounds of dick, you miserable cockstain.
With the gay and bisexual community, the assumption was made that every gay man would be camp, every lesbian butch, and every bisexual would be a sex-crazed monster.
Well, I am bisexual, and I am a sex-crazed monster, so... You know, I conform to the stereotype. I'm sorry. Sorry.
That's why it was insulting to them.
You have a number, by the way? Because... You know, I know we were talking some shit earlier.
Why
but...
something's insulting to someone? Okay, it can be insulting all it wants to be. That's their choice to be offended. And as Hitchens basically said, like, I'm still waiting to hear your argument. Oh, you're offended. So fucking what? So what that you're offended? What does that mean?
Yeah, I mean, like, as far as I'm concerned, I mean, like, a person has every right to go around saying, I think trans people are subhuman scum. I don't agree with that. I wouldn't want to associate with that person. But
that's not really a popular idea.
They got the freedom to fucking say it if they want to. I'm not defending that motherfucker. I guess I'm defending his right to do it. You know, I don't give a fuck if you're offended by something. What's the fucking point? What does that mean to me? Nothing. I don't give a shit. You choose to take someone out of context and misinterpret what they say because you think you know what they're saying better than they fucking do? That's on you, you fucking moron.
Dude, SJW playbook. They always know what they're thinking. There's always a bias. Like, and even if you're not aware of the bias, there's an unconscious bias. A bias that's all around us. It's like the fucking force. It seeps through us in every way. So everyone's always biased at all times, even if they're not aware of it. But you're still responsible for what you do, even though you didn't know that you're doing it.
That was some real racist shit you just said, Scotty.
You know, I'm sorry,